In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn my sample inaccessible document into an accessible document in Microsoft Word. The first thing we're going to look at is titles and headings. I know many of us simply use larger fonts and bold print to indicate titles and headings. However, to make titles and headings screen reader accessible, there are some specific steps you need to follow. First, let's take a look at the title. Highlight or just click on the title of your document. Then, locate the tile labeled Title in the Home tab of the Microsoft Word toolbar. Simply click on the Title tile. After you have selected the Title tile, feel free to change the size, color, or layout of the title. Now let's take a look at headings. Highlight or click on the text you wish to serve as a heading. Then select Heading 1 from the toolbar. Only select Heading 2 for subheadings. After you have selected the Heading 1 tile, feel free to change the size, color, or layout of the heading. Be sure that you update all of your headings. Now let's take a look at how to add alternative text or alt text to an image in Microsoft Word. First, double-click on the image. This opens up the Picture Format tab in the Microsoft toolbar, which contains an alt text button. Clicking on the alt text button opens up a window on the right side of the screen where you can add a description or mark an image as decorative. Your alt text will be saved automatically. Now let's take a look at how to run Microsoft Word's Accessibility Checker. Click on the Review tab in the Microsoft toolbar. Then select Check Accessibility. This opens a window on the right side of your screen that will tell you of any detected accessibility issues. Select the item you want to fix and click on the down arrow to open up instructions for fixing the problem. Here, the Accessibility Checker located another image without alt text. You would select Add a Description to fix the problem. Here, I describe Baxter the Badger holding a diploma. Many of you like to save your files as PDFs. You absolutely can save files as PDFs if you want. However, there are some specific steps you will need to take to make sure that your accessible Word file becomes an accessible PDF. First, navigate to File, then Save As. Select the drop-down menu next to Save as Type and select PDF. But wait, you're not done. Click on the Options button and make sure the following options have been selected. Create bookmarks using headings, document properties, document structure tags for accessibility, and PDF/A compliant. Then select OK and save your document as usual. Depending on the content of your Word file, not all of the options that I just listed may be clickable. That's okay. Select as many of them as possible. Also, please remember that there is no requirement to save a file as a PDF. You can simply save it as a normal Microsoft Word docx file if you prefer. Now let's look at tables in Word. There are two common ways that people like to use tables: image and text layout. Unfortunately, these uses of tables are inaccessible to screen readers. These images of the CTL staff look lovely, but if you click in the center and then click on the plus icon, you can see the table that they're located inside of. The same goes for this text about KCC. It looks nice, but again, click within the text and then select the plus icon that appears. The table used for this formatting has appeared. Please do not use tables for formatting. These items would need to be recreated without tables. Tables should be used to display data. This table looks, at first glance, to have been created correctly, as it contains data. However, there is one final step you will need to take to make it accessible. Click on the table. Then, click on the Design tab that appears in the Microsoft toolbar. To the far left, check the boxes next to First Column and Header Row. Now a screen reader will be able to read this table and its data properly. The last item I want to talk about is using color to show meaning. Take a look at this text. Most of the text is written in normal black font. However, the text, "Important, your first quiz is due by midnight on Friday," has been displayed in red. Providing important content in a different color so that it stands out is something that many of us do. You don't need to stop doing this. But as we often have students who are partially or fully colorblind, this content wouldn't stand out to them. To make sure that everyone can see colored content, make the text bold and underlined, as well as making the content red. Bold and underlined text will be visible to all students, regardless of their ability to see color. Additionally, consider using the darker red, or the KCC burgundy color, instead of bright red, in order to avoid color contrast issues. If you have any questions about anything mentioned in this video, or would like some one-on-one assistance in making your Word documents accessible, please reach out to the CTL at ctlsupport@klamathcc.edu, by phone at 541-880-2374, or just stop by Building 3, Room 350. We look forward to helping you make your documents more accessible.